Saint Augustine bares his soul with shocking vulnerability. This ancient memoir still reads alarmingly modern. A memoir. Before memoirs. Augustine's narrative grabs you immediately. He opens with an intimate address to God, not the reader. The device feels confessional, yet theatrical. We witness a mind wrestling aloud with itself. That candor still shocks, despite centuries past. Structure follows a loose chronological arc from youth to conversion. Yet Augustine digresses into prayers, theology, and metaphysics without warning. The shifts sound messy, but they reveal his restless search for coherence. Reading feels like eavesdropping on real-time soul editing. Modern memoirs owe him a structural debt. He pioneered retrospective self-analysis long before Freud. That legacy alone warrants attention. The final three books abruptly turn into Bible commentary on Genesis. Many readers stall there, push through, because the detour clarifies his time-bending framework. Augustine interrogates memory, creation, and language to explain earlier episodes. The payoff is a cohesive arc, not random padding. Still, an audio version helps during dense commentary. Listening restores the orality Augustine expected from ancient audiences. Overall, the structure mirrors spiritual turbulence, not modern chapter logic. Professor Gary Wills calls it the first real autobiography. That label, though debated, underscores its narrative innovation. Themes that outlive empire's desire is Augustine's main antagonist. He confesses stealing pears for the thrill, not hunger. That vignette becomes a treatise on disordered love. Augustine argues every sin is misdirected longing for God. The idea anticipates modern addiction psychology. Freedom emerges when desire realigns with ultimate good. Identity also obsesses him. He dissects friendship, ambition, sex, and study, searching for lasting foundation. His conclusion is unsettling and hopeful. Nothing created can bear infinite weight. Only the Creator satisfies the soul. Modern secular readers may bristle, yet the emotional logic feels recognizable. We still chase careers, lovers, and screens with religious intensity. Augustine simply names the phenomenon earlier. Another timeless theme is memory. He calls memory a vast palace, storing images, emotions, and arguments. Science now affirms our reconstructive, unreliable recollections. Augustine uses that insight to critique his own narrative. He reminds us every autobiography edits reality. Such reflexivity feels postmodern, yet it is ancient here. Thematic depth keeps the text fresh, despite archaic context. Prose, translation, and tone. The book sings when translated well. Augustine wrote in a Baroque, rhetorical Latin aimed at Roman elites. Bad translations smother that music under pious clichés. I recommend Sarah Rudin's version for clarity and rhythmic punch. She preserves Augustine's jagged urgency without archaic thees. Her footnotes are lean, guiding rather than lecturing. A translation choice changes the entire emotional palette. Compare it to older Victorian versions, and you will feel different pulses. Tone matters, because Augustine shifts registers constantly. He alternates courtroom confession, philosophical debate, and ecstatic prayer. A nimble translator must follow those curves without flattening them. Good prose lets modern readers feel the speed of his mind. That speed prevents the dense theology from congealing. Audio narration again amplifies cadence and prayerful mood. Listen while reading, and the rhetoric blossoms. Either way, choose carefully, because translation is half the battle. Rudin also restores humor, often lost in formal renderings. Augustine jokes about his teenage swagger and rhetorical showmanship. Those details humanize the bishop, bridging 16 centuries. Dry translations hide that warmth. Margaret R. Miles adds commentary that contextualizes Augustine's bodily imagery. Seek editions bundling such essays for fuller comprehension. Who should read it today? Skeptics and believers alike will find sparks. The Confessions is not only a theological relic, it doubles as the first psychological case study. If you enjoy memoirs by Mary Carr or Ta-Nehisi Coates, start here. Writers will harvest techniques for interior monologue and thematic layering. Philosophy students gain a primer on Neoplatonism meeting Christian doctrine. Historians glimpse late Roman North Africa without dusty footnotes. Time commitment is reasonable at roughly 350 modern pages. Break it into morning readings paired with coffee. Expect occasional philosophical storms. Use online guides or discussion videos when clouds thicken. Do not skip the final books on Genesis. They stitch the plot into cosmic scale. Read with patience, but also curiosity toward a restless mind. You will exit with sharper honesty about your own motives. That reward makes the journey timeless. Few classics offer such direct dialogue across millennia. Podcast discussions can sustain motivation between chapters. Share favorite lines aloud to feel their rhetorical charge. Book clubs can pair it with Augustine's contemporary, Jerome, for contrast. Students prepping for literature exams will impress professors with contextual insights. Finally, spiritual seekers meet a companion who never hides intellectual doubts. Read our full article for deeper analysis and recommended translations.